Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome again to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Or do it. Or don't it. Or do it, don't it. Or don't it, do it. How y'all doing? Hopefully everybody's having a good, beautiful, wonderful, blessed day. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Even though time ain't got nothing to do with it. Just my opinion. Just God being good as he is. Beautiful. Beautiful day. Life is wonderful. I have no complaints whatsoever. Top to bottom, hair and skincare. How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in to all the shenanigans. Oh man, it's a beautiful day today. Beautiful day, beautiful day. Beautiful day. It's trying to get my phone kind of situated so I can see the stock market. Well, not the actual stock market. I don't really be looking at the stock market. I'll be looking at my actual account. See what's going on. Make my little bit of monies. But it's funny, and today gonna probably be one of them days I'm gonna be looking for the smoke. I don't really care, but I sometimes I try to steer away from some of the politics, but unfortunately you can't always do that. But I just wish sometimes these people would chill with all this. How can you not be happy with what's taking place right now? I mean, I don't know if anybody saw the when they were there talking to Trump, the ones from the Congo, and I forget the other ones, but trying to come up with basically a peace deal. And again, you watch the media, they still try to find a way to make it negative about it. And this is the people that we talk about that have Trump the reign senator. And again, I'd say this all the time. If you was to take Trump out of what's going on right now and put another face like Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton or Obama, you won't hear none of this rhetoric. You're absolutely right, top to bottom. You're absolutely right. They're drawing a negative. You would never, and this is the part that puzzles me. It don't really puzzle because you kind of get used to it. Like, yeah, they never going to be able to celebrate. They don't want to celebrate the good things. They all want to look for something negative. Again, now don't get me wrong. Like I've always said in many other videos, I like it when the stock market is down because that's an opportunity for me to purchase more stock. That's been my move from once I really got into this game and really put the effort and time and effort in to learn more and more and more. Again, so yeah, when the stock market is down, that's the route that I go. But for the people that on my live sometimes, and for people that most of the people on my live, and for some of the things we are in agreement with, but there's others that don't always agree with what I say, and that's fine. You don't have to agree. I say this all the time. I don't. This is not a place where everybody's going to 100% agree with each other. But hey, Joyce, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you guys for showing up. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Again, just you have these people that complain, but now from the time that, and I'm not saying that I am a know-it-all because I'm not a know-it-all, not by any means, but from the time that Trump mentioned about this would be a good time to buy, right? Up until this point, for those people that now on the Democratic side, and I'm gonna say them because they're the ones saying, "Oh, this and that," instead of encouraging their voters to do what Trump said do, which was this is a good time to buy. You know what they did? They threw a negative spin on it. Now these are the very same people that keep on talking about they want the best for the people. They want the best for the people. They say this virtually wise. They virtually signal this stuff all the time, but never once did they turn around and say, "You know what? He's right. You guys should go out there and you should buy." This would have helped there for most of the people that are Democratic cities and Democratic places. They could have went in at that moment and said, you know what, let me put a little bit of skin in the game since he said bye. No, they didn't. That's not what they encouraged their people to do. What they did was they encouraged them to complain. Now, from that point on, which was a few months ago, up until this point right here, they could have made them some money. Right. You're absolutely right, Joyce. They could have made them some money. Real talk. They could have told all of the people that vote for and say, listen, I don't care if you got $10, buy something that's down, do your homework, do your research, do whatever you got to do, and put some skin in the game. They didn't do that. You know why? Because it goes back to what I always say. The Democratic Party loves slavery, and they want to continue to put their thumb on their voters' life to make sure that their voters don't get no further in life than where they want them to be, which is impoverished as much as possible. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Now, in the stock market right now, it's as a whole is up. I mean, today it went down a little bit. I'm basing it off of my account, not off the actual stock market. I don't care about what the stock market doing as a whole. To some extent, I only look at how my money and my accounts are being affected. So when I talk about the stock market, I'm basing it off of what I position myself in, the stuff that I have. And that's how when I usually talk about something I'm going to buy, I go through my account and I look at what I have that's in the red for me. And then that's what's going to determine if it's in the red enough that I'm okay with the number, I might buy more of that particular stock. Right now, the stock market as a whole is up. My account, of course, that means my account, for the most part, is up. That means that in order for me to buy something right now, I got to stroll through everything that I have money in and look for some opportunity somewhere if I'm going to spend some money. And 9 times out of 10, I'm not. So for those that's on the live, I haven't went through my account right now as it speaks right now and said, oh, I will buy this, I will buy that. And that's pretty much what it is. The only thing that I probably will put money into right now is probably JPST because it doesn't move a whole lot. And I say this a lot because that is a stock that doesn't do a whole lot of moving up and down. It doesn't do a whole lot of moving up and down. And it does pay out a monthly dividend. Stock is probably about $50-something in the 50s, 55. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Let me just get an idea what the stock price is right now. Stock price right now, according to Robinhood, is $50.67. But they pay about 20 cents, 25, 27 cents. Let me see what dividend I got last and how much it was. All right, last time I got dividend was about 19 cents. They pay that out every month. Now, it's going to fluctuate. That dividend is going to fluctuate up and down, but it's usually around 20 cents, and it's usually the margin of what I get in the dividend from that company. The reason why I go there is because I know that stock doesn't move around. Like, it doesn't drop real hard, doesn't go up real high. It's kind of like a storage facility for me. I will buy stock there, don't care too much about the price, to kind of still have my money making me some type of money monthly until I see an opportunity somewhere else. So that's what usually I do with that. Right. And Joyce, you're absolutely right as it relates to the communism and stuff like that. And it perplexes me that these people, and my thing is just that mentality comes from laziness. It really does. People want to take from people that earned it. And I've watched videos of people like the guy that was running in New York. He hasn't actually that's running for mayor in New York. His communist, socialist, whatever you want to call it, ways making people, and my thing is this: people like that, people that talk that way, ignorant people will vote for them because they think they're saying something that's useful or that's going to be helpful in their life. Oh, the government, he's saying that he wants the government to do everything. He wants the government to provide our housing, our insurance, and our rent. And you got to understand something, that it doesn't work. That's all I gotta say. It doesn't work. And like I said, if that guy runs in New York and he becomes a mayor in New York, I will pour every dime I have in New York out. I am not going to take the risk. I'm hoping that it works out any other way than what usually happens that way. If you look at California right now, even California, I got money invested in companies in California. They haven't totally went communism, but yeah. My thing is this: is that sometimes people don't pay attention to for some reason they believe that government as a whole does things in the best interest of the people, and they most of the time they don't. Right. For the love of God, you're absolutely right, Joyce. For the love of God, please stop. They think that, you know, they take out, for some reason, they forget the human factor. Like, here's my point today. I have no beef with the police department, but they're human beings. There are going to be police officers that are going to go rogue and go outside of the compounds of their job and do something they're not supposed to do. Because we got ex-police officers that are in prison. This my point is, you're going to trust and put your whole livelihood into a government system that they think is going to work, and it's not going to work. It is the worst thing ever. My thing is this: why wouldn't you not want to be in charge as much as possible of your own destiny? Why would you want the government to put limits on what you can accomplish in this country by saying this is all you can have and this is all you're going to get? All because they're making you feel jealous because someone else was willing to go out there and do it and get rich and wealthy off of that money, off of that. No one forced you to buy Amazon. No one forced you to buy Walmart, stuff from Walmart. No one forced us to do none of this stuff that we're doing. You're not forced to do it. You can grow your own food if you want to. You can find you some land, grow your own food. You can make your own clothes if you want to. You can learn how to do this stuff. You can go get you a sewing machine, go create some fabric, whatever. All this stuff that people keep complaining about, you can actually go do it yourself and do it at a large, financially cheaper than if you just went to the store and bought it. The reason why it costs what it costs because someone had to make it. They're doing what you won't do. So you got a choice. Create it and make it yourself or pay somebody else for doing it. Meanwhile, if you don't do it that way, this is why I say, in order for you to get it for free, you're going to have to bring back slavery. Hold on one second. I feel you, Joyce. I do. Hopefully the people that left is the people that don't agree with that stuff, and that's why they left, because they want to live somewhere that is more Republican-like as opposed to blue Democratic-like. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if I wouldn't have ran from New York. I would have ran from California. If I wanted to live a more of a Arizona type lifestyle, or whatever state, even Pennsylvania, outside of Philly, Pennsylvania's, even though it's a swing state, in my opinion, I think Pennsylvania is more Republican type ran state, or let's say Florida. Florida is more of a better example. To me, in my opinion, Florida is probably a better example of what a Republican state should be like. And I'm not saying Florida don't have its problems. We know that. But I would not want to live in no communism like that. They don't understand something. That limits what you get, your capability. That takes away competition. That takes away everything. This is one thing you do not want, is that type of stuff going on in America. First of all, America is, we're not even that type of country. But say what you want. And if they vote this guy as mayor, I'm out. I'm out of New York. I mean, money-wise, my money's coming out because I already see where that's going to go. I don't have to question it. I already see where that's going to go. But, as it relates to the stock market, now, months ago, I had this conversation about the stock market, and everybody's like, we had some of the people that come on my live and complain and say, oh, look, the stock market is crashing and crashing and crashing. And they said, I don't know more than the economists. They argued with me, debated it with me, and said that, now I think I know more than the economists. And I said, we'll see a few months down the road if that holds water of what the stock market and what the economy and all the things that Trump is doing, and as it relates to this economy, how that plays out. Now, of course, the stock market can go down at any moment. And I said, again, all of that money that's crashing out the stock market It's not a reflection of what the economy is actually doing. But I don't know what I'm talking about, I guess. Now, here we are a few months later. Stock market is up. I'm not so happy about it. But for people that maybe want to sell, maybe want to get out of positions and stuff, maybe want to take that money and go handle something else, this is a great time for them. Because now they probably making some money. For somebody like me, I'm a long-term holder. I'm trying to get my positions as cheap as I can. I'm not so excited about it, but I'm happy for those people that need it right now. I'm glad that it's up so that for those people that may need to take some money out, do some things, handle some business, maybe pay off something that they've been trying to pay off with that money. I don't know. But it's not so beneficial personally for me right now. But for other people, it's a beautiful time for them. So I understand the excitement of, the stock market is up. Great. But again, we know that the stock market, for those that follow my channel know and may have gotten something out of this, know that the stock market is not a 100% indicator of what the economy is doing as a whole. It has a factor in there, but it's not 100%. But again, we see the stock market slowly climb back. Why? Because there is an economy part of that that's playing a part in this, and you see the economy getting better, but it's not 100% of fact. There's other factors in it. Prices of food I don't think it's dropped dramatically, but it has come down some. Gas prices has come down some. Now, here's the thing with food, and this is where I know for a fact that the food wasn't going to come down fast. And this is why I said that. When you see the cost of running a company goes down, the company's not going to immediately change their prices to reflect that. Because a lot of these companies, what people don't pay attention to, some of these businesses probably was operating almost in the red. They probably was running off of borrowed money, hoping that this economy gets better where their profit starts to increase. Now, some may say, they ever had record profits. You don't know that unless you really go through people's books and go through all of their financials just line by line, totally. I don't have a problem with company making profit. I think you as a company should make all the profit that you're supposed to make, because what they don't pay attention to for those companies that are publicly traded companies, this is where how idiotic these people are. For companies that are publicly traded companies, right? Most of the shares that are owned by those companies are owned by regular people like you and me. If you got a 401k, if you got you working a job and you got a 401k, you invested in stuff like that. A lot of these companies that people invest their 401ks in are invested in a lot of this stuff that's going on. If they don't make a profit, your 401ks don't grow. If they don't make a profit, your 401ks don't increase. Your investment, your IRAs, everything that we're talking about has an effect on that. So for these people to start talking the way they're talking about billionaires, they seem to forget everyday average Joes, you and me, who work 9-to-5 jobs, have vested in 401ks, IRAs, retirement plans, and all of this stuff is affected by the economy and its growth. So when y'all start going after the billionaires who is making money, who's funding this stuff too, because their idea that we invested into is actually doing well, guess what's going to happen to your money as it relates to the everyday hard working class citizen? Your wealth is going to be affected by it too. So when these people start talking stupid like they talking, they don't know what they're talking about. I know they don't. And just because they're running as a politician doesn't mean that they're educated on how things work. Because popularity can win elections. You can just be popular and win an election. If you're popular enough and people like you enough, even though you could be the biggest a-hole in the world, you can win an election. Now, they might make the mistake and put you there and realize that was a bad idea after the fact, but you can win an election that way. Now, Trump was very popular before he won the election, but he was a businessman. And a lot of people knew that he was smart, that he was intelligent. Now, all this has happened since he's got in office. All of the wins, I watched CNN literally trying to find a way to undermine all that was going on. That's great. Instead of just, bam, this is wonderful, let's celebrate. Nope. They doubled down on the ignorance. They still try to find a way to put a negative spin on all of this positive stuff that is happening. I've had people come on my live and argument with me about birthright citizenship. And I said again, I'm not saying I'm right about everything. I said that I said exactly what it was for, and I don't care how anybody felt about it. It was for descendants of black slaves. I already knew that. I wasn't going to that. They can argue with me all you want to. You're not an American citizen, you don't get that benefit. You break the law, come over here, you don't get that right. Just because you have a baby over here, you're not an ascendant, you're not an ascendant of slaves. That's why it was written. That's what it was for at the time that it was written, but that's what was going on at that time, and that's why it was put there. So for all these other people that keep trying to throw all these other people into that, sorry, no. I don't feel sorry for you. That's why I'm okay with the way things are going. I want them to deport everybody, any and everybody. If you came across that border illegally, you are a criminal. Time to go. Simple as that. Now, if you really, really want to be in this country, and it means that much to you, you come back the right way and you would go through the process, and that's it. But if you committed crime while you was over here, stay where you at. Send them back and let them stay there. That's where I'm at. I'm not in the business of being polite about it no more because I'm tired of people I'm tired of these Democratic politicians, and I'm tired of these liberals keep trying to fight for people that do not like your country. I love my country. So for at this point on, and so I've given it more than enough time, and there's no hold bar. I'm going in on anybody and everybody. I'm going in. I ain't being polite no more. I was being nice, trying to be respectful. I ain't being. This is my country, and I'm not going to let nobody disrespect my country. I'm not going to let you come over here, and I'm not going to be okay with you burning other countries' flags and your allegiance to that country. I want the Trump administration to continue to do what they're doing, which is I know they're going to make some mistakes in that. I don't care about the mistakes. I know it's going to happen. You're going to probably possibly grab the wrong person, make a bad judgment in it. I don't know. We're all imperfect. But for the most part, if you're getting rid of 100,000 of them every 2 months, every month or two, and you make a few mistakes in that, I'm okay with that. Because I hear the Democrat Party, oh, now they're going to try to get, oh my goodness. I'm seeing people posting stuff like, oh, now they're going to send black people, they're going to take black people out of America and send them to other countries. Now they're going to use that to get rid of black people. I got to ask the people that think that way. Real simple question. Where they going to send you? If you are an ascendant from slave that happened hundreds plus years ago, or whatever number that is, what country they going to send you to? Just tell me. If they decided that they wanted to get rid of born and raised black citizens, where they going to send you to? That's my first question. What country? Where they going to send you? So I've been born and raised in America, 52 years. My parents, born and raised in America, 90 years. My dad was 80-something when he passed away. My grandparents, born and raised. My grandparents, born and raised in America. Where they going to go? Where you going to send them? We're not immigrants. That's the whole point, top to bottom. That's what they're trying to say. We are immigrants. Now, here's where they don't, this is why I say they don't pay attention to stuff. We're not immigrants. In America, black people, the black America that are ascendants from slaves, we did not, if you look at slavery, when we were brought over here as slaves, right? We're not illegal immigrants. We did not sneak over here. We would travel. What's up, my brother Jay? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, man. Right. He said they're going to send them to the Black Sea. Right. And here's my point. Where you going to send them? Where you going to send them? I look at that. I'm like, are y'all serious? Like right now, my home, my citizenship is right here in America, right? Where they going to send me? If they decide to come immigrate, they're going to have to send me to an unknown country because I don't have no other country but America. Now, and this is my second point. Sorry, this keeps bothering me. Here's my second point. I don't want it to fall, that's why. My second point is, again, where y'all gonna send? Y'all talk about they're gonna send you there. Where you gonna go? Black people did not sneak into this country back then. They traveled here by boat. By boat. They were sold into slavery and been here. Had children here. They were enslaved here. Now, through that whole fight, and right, top to bottom by force. Now, through that whole fight of trying to become citizens because they had nowhere to listen. If Africa cared that much about those black people, why they ain't come get them? I don't care what nobody say. I told you, I'm not trying to be polite, but if Africa cared that much about those people, why they didn't come get them? Why didn't they come over here and fight for them? And I'm not saying nothing about them. I'm just saying. I tell you. Good. Send them. I don't care. Send them to it. They go to. I agree with you. Send them there. Send them to Mars. Good luck with that. But this is my point. They keep trying to undermine it, and they keep trying to spin this type of stuff as if this is an attack on black people. Meanwhile, Trump is over there trying to get peace with Africa and the Congo. They get ready to give him a Nobel Peace Prize, whatever they talking about, because the Biden administration ignored the hell out of them, but just Trump turned around and tried to help and actually helped. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So here's the other part. I don't see I mean, there's some Americans that probably would love to see us go. And I'm not saying that we know what type of people they are. But for the most part, most of the people here, they okay with immigration as long as it's done the right way. All of us are. As long as it's done the right way. I don't want anybody just coming in my... Listen, let's be real, y'all. Let's be real. All right. Let's say all of us are old enough, and at some point, let's say you had some type of event, right? At your house, at your home, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying if everybody had these type of family members, but let's just say, you got a family member that's a thief. You know that you can't leave nothing around, and I'm not saying it has to be a family member. I'm just saying somebody that's a thief, right? You're not going to invite that thief to your house. If they happen to show up at your house, no, you're not welcome here. Why? Because you know what they're about. That means you already know what type of person they are. So you're not going to let them come to your house. Now, why in the world would you not check nobody coming into your country and make sure you know exactly what you're getting? And next thing you know, you wondering why stuff in your house is missing. You don't even invite those type of people. And you don't invite those type of people because you know they're thief. Now, here's the thing. Let's say somebody come to your house and they bring a guest that you don't know. First thing you're going to ask that person, who is that? Who that? Oh, that's my friend. Okay. Again, I need more information. Now, the only way you might not ask a whole lot of questions, if you know who the person is, don't really roll like that, then you might say, okay, on the grounds of this person, I'll let that person participate or come to my house. But in reality, nobody wants these type of people around them. Oh, wow. That's what's up, Joyce. And you know what, Jay? When you say they say mainly due to the people who do the work, others won't. And you know what, Jay? I mean, you know, that's one of those mixed things because that some people say they're here because they're going to do the work that other people don't want to do, which, you know, and I had somebody throw that question at me one time. Right, exactly. I had somebody question me and say, well, you're not going to want, I said, first of all, don't tell me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. If it means I need to go, if I have to go do something I may not want to go do, but it's a means of me making a living and making some money to be able to take care of whatever, I'm going to do it. I don't have those pride issues like that. When I turn around and say, I'm not going to do this, or I ain't doing that, or thinking I'm too big for this, or thinking I'm too big for that. I'm not that type of person. So when they threw the question at me, I said, no, you're asking the wrong person. Because if I got to go out there, I don't like cutting grass, but I got to go do it to make a living, I'm going to go cut it. I'm going to go cut it. I don't like, you know, certain factories. Like, if I have to do, I'm going to have to do. As long as it's not going to destroy my health. I mean, at some point, my health's going to destroy it either way. But I have no problem with that. I don't have those type of qualms with me. Exactly. But again, you will not see these type of you will not see this type of stuff if you don't get this economy back to where it's you're not driving up the cost by driving up the energy costs, everything. Yeah, they won't do, and I get it. And like, here's the thing, talking about it. I get it. I get it that they don't want to do it for that type of money. I'm a different breed of animal. There is something. There is a low ball effect that I might not do it if I can find something better. But I'm still not going to turn around and say I'm not going what I'm going to do and not going to do. Hey, what's up, just for real? God bless you. Welcome in. Please hit the like button. I'm still not going to turn around and say I'm not going to do it if I need to eat, if I need to make a living for myself. I might go try to find a better option if I could, but at some point I'm gonna have to turn around and say, you know what, I gotta do what I gotta do. So now the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna work, I'm not gonna live above my means. Meaning I'm gonna have to live a lifestyle based off of the money that I get. Hold on one second. Right, and I agree with you. I agree with you, and I understand why people don't want to work for that type of money. I'm right now we're in a different economy. I probably would say no, I'm gonna go look for my better options if I can. But at some point, if I can't find a better option, my next move is gonna be like, okay, I might have to take what I can get until I can find what I want. So that's the point. Like I don't have those qualms with me that nah, bro. Because here's what my logic is, and I'm not saying everybody should think this way, but this is my logic is every day that goes by that I'm not making money is a problem. So I can either sit back and chase down and try to put 6 months into trying to find some money. I can try to put 6 months into trying to find a job that pays that much, or I can work for 6 months, takes what I can get, and use my extra time to find what I want, or what I really need to make, or get myself to the point, or take my money again and invest my money so that I can grow my money to be put myself in a better position. That's my whole point to that. And everybody saying hello to everybody. So Mike Sports Vibe, how you doing? Just for real, I said hello. Please hit that like button. Mike Sports Vibe bowling. What's up, my brother? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, everybody. Please hit that like button. I appreciate it very, very much. Yeah, I mean, and top to bottom, to your point, I get it. And I agree with you that as American citizens, the reason why this is how our government was supposed to have been set up and done, like as American citizens, our government should be there to some point to protect the wages that people make and not make. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we have what they call a minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Yeah, give me a second, y'all. It just everything kind of froze up, but it's all good. Yeah, and it don't make sense to me. Like, you know, and here's the thing. So you don't have to. You don't have to like Top to Bottom was saying. You don't in America. You don't have to go to work for these amount of money. But here's what happens if you keep bringing this stuff in. They're gonna take these jobs and they're gonna work for the next to nothing. So, and then the Democrats keep saying, "Oh, that's why they're bringing them over here." All right, that's their form of slavery again. They want people to work for next to nothing. Again, but Americans will take those jobs, but they just want to get paid a fair pay. A fair pay for that them same type of jobs. So I understand exactly where Top to Bottom is Hair and Skincare is going with that. If you're an American citizen, yeah, there might be a point where you might have to take what you can get. But if we don't have all of these type of people low balling these jobs, the jobs will have to pay more because most of us are not going to take them. The reason why we're not taking them, again, is to make sure that if you pay what the job is actually supposed to pay. And that's why these very same people end up taking their businesses to other countries. That's why you cannot have to just say, you know what? In America, you can say, I'm not taking that job, or you can take it. Now, me, on the other hand, I look at what the job is going to pay, right? What the job is going to pay, and how can I benefit from the job? How can I take the money that I'm going to make from that job and better myself? Oh, no, Jay, I get what you're right. I get it. I'm not saying that my point was, you're absolutely right, Jay. My point that I was trying to make is that if a job is paying, let's say $10 an hour, and I think I'm worth $12 an hour, that's just like on my end. I'm not saying, and I know what I'm doing, and I know that I'm capable of better than that. I have the right to refuse the job. That's the point that I'm making. Yeah, that's what I mean. They're skilled to do the job. But the other ones that I'm not talking about, the bums out there that just want to think, oh, I should, because I should get paid all this money just because I want to get paid all this money. I'm not talking about those people. So, John, get your point. I mean, yeah. So I'm saying, like, for me, I'm going to walk away from the job. I'm going to say, okay, if I had to, I'll do what I got to do. But that's not going to be my first approach. Say, you know what, I'm going to take this job because I need a job. But I'm never going to leave that off the table. I know my thing is this: I'm going to look at the pay and say, what can I do with some of that money to better myself? That's the point that I'm yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm trying to understand. And my thing is just that's another factor in there, Jay. What you're saying is, yeah. And my thing is this: I remember when I had I can go by the last job that I had. They was offering a certain amount. They was offering me a certain amount of money, and I needed a certain amount to get paid. And I was like, if you can match this, we good. Now, personally, I probably felt like I should have got more. But I was okay with what I had because I knew I could work with that. Now, once I got on the job and they saw what I was about, they rewarded my behavior. They rewarded me with substantially a lot more. Kind of what Jay is doing right now, talking about right now. Right, it has to be reasonable depending on the job. You're right. Yeah, Jay, and I we on the same page with that, bro. And that's the point that I'm making, is that I'm the example that I'm saying is that when I took the job, they offered me a certain amount. I felt as though I should have made more, but I said, but I said, okay, cool. So I went in, took the job, performed well, and they rewarded me based off of that. Because at the end of the day, when it came back full circle, they was like, oh, it would cost them more money to let me get to the point where I decided to leave, because my labor was extremely profitable to the company. They was like, no, we never seen you, what you do is by far more than just about anyone we've ever hired. You have found a way for us to become a lot more profitable. So it was to their best to reward me and keep me there as long as possible, because my labor was extremely profitable. What's up, Outlaw? How you doing? God bless you, brother. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hopefully all is well with you, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Please hit that like button for brother. Jay, you know what, man? You giving all of these people handout. And you know the sad part about this, Jay, is that some of them want handouts, and some of these people that want handouts, they were created, man. Meaning that their parents taught them how to get handouts as opposed to going to work. Yes, and that is the point that I'm making, is that sometimes you got to take what you can get and then make the best of it. And make the best of it. And my job, my personal job, like when I was on this particular job, once they realized that I was what I said I was and more, they were like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And this is because of the way this country is structured, and I took advantage of a situation. Yes, in the beginning I kind of felt like I was a little lowball, but they saw it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what my hard work got rewarded. My hand, that's a good question, Joyce. Honestly, we need to look further into this. I don't know if anybody paying attention to what Joyce just asked. Or handouts constitutional? That's a good question. Honestly, that's the top question of the day right now. Because I'm like, I never thought about that. That's a darn good question. Yeah. That's a darn good question. Yeah. Outlaw, man, let me tell you something, bro. I wish, all right, if there was, let me be careful how I say this. If there was one negative that I could pick, right? And I'm looking at what Outlaw is actually saying right here. If there was one negative that I could pick out of this whole administration right now, is I ain't seen nobody go to jail. That's my first. That's my right now one negative. I want to see people go to jail. I won't talk about it no more. I want people locked up. I'm sick of it. If that was a negative, that would be my one. I want to see people go to jail. I mean, I know that takes time. I understand. You got to investigate, do all this stuff. But I want to see people go to jail. That's where I'm at. I want to see people in Washington, I want to see somebody go to jail. I want jail, prison. Yeah, man. And you're right, Joyce. Yeah, that's Jay. That's where I'm at, bro. I want somebody going to jail. Like if there was anything, I don't want nobody getting fined that they can afford to pay these fines. I don't want that. I want jail, prison. I want examples. I don't want that neither. I don't want no sorries. I want you to go to hardcore prison and suffer. That's what I want these politicians to do. I want them to go to hardcore prison and suffer. Bro, outlaw, my brother, I hope so. I'm dead serious, and I hope so. I hope they all go. I just want somebody to go to jail, bro. Yeah, I don't want no sorries. I want people in prison. I agree. They are weak. Hopefully not. Hopefully, outlaw, they never rise again. But unfortunately, there's a good possibility they will. Like I said before, outlaw, I don't know if you heard on my other live, but I said, if I was to run for president, I'll run as a Democrat. Not because I'm going to agree with their mentality or their politics, because I wouldn't. 99% of what they talk about in their politics at this point, I'm done with. I would just run as a Democrat because it'll be an easier win for me from the Democratic side. I might not win the actual election, but I definitely got a good shot at maybe winning the Democratic Party nominee. But then again, probably not, because they don't actually listen to their voters on who the voters vote for. They pick and choose who they want to be in office. They don't. So I might win and get all of the votes, but they're not gonna let me run anyway. They're gonna pick somebody else. They install their candidate. So Democrats don't go by who they vote. Their voters, they install they install their candidates. Well, we'll see, man. I hope she do. I hope she do, outlaw. I hope she do go to jail. I'll be. I ain't good. And listen, we need to defund every last one of them. We need to defund every last one of them. Yeah, they need to go to jail. All of them. And Jay might be right, because most of the ones that they've been, Maxine Waters, who should be in jail, she paying what, a $60-something thousand fine, and then what? What after that? After the fine? That's it. Slapping the wrist. That's all it was. I want them in jail. People don't learn. And these politicians have been doing a lot of dirt. I want them in jail. I ain't trying to be nice about it. I want them in jail. Real talk, bro. I just want out. I understand they got to go through the process. But we've been coming across all of these politicians that have been scamming the system over and over and over. And all I want to see, I don't want fines. I want prison. Yeah, I'm sick of fines. Prison. That's where they all need to be, in jail. Yeah, and and this is the thing. And honestly speaking, as much as I hate to say it, there's a whole lot going on with the Democratic Party that kind of, to me, ties them in with these people, the cartels. So I'm be honest with you. Everything in my gut is saying that the Democratic Party and the drug cartel are all connected. I hate to say it that way. I could be flat out wrong. But I honestly think these people are all connected together. Real talk. I think that all of them are connected. I'm not law enforcement. I can't tell y'all 100% that they are. And in my opinion, I just think they're all connected. I really do. Hold on. He said we keep deporting all these illegals. Nobody's gonna pick. And you know what I say to them, outlaw? Pick your own damn fruit. My thing is this, man. Listen, they you can't. And I know why you saying this, outlaw. And I know this is not how you think, but you can't get no more racist than that, bro. This is exactly what the Democrats keep. This is how racist the Democrats are. Because I know this when Outlaw saying this, he's not saying this because this is how he thinks. He is saying this because the Democratic Party, this is how racist they are. They think that all right, here's my point to that. This is how racist they are, right? Why did the Democrats want to keep slavery? Cheap labor, right? Cheap labor. So now they want more. They can't get the black people to work the fields. So now they saying we need more of people from other countries to go work the field. This is what he said. This is what this is the point that Outlaw is making. We will need some more slaves to work the fields because we're too good to work the field. Now I don't hear none of the Republicans on this talk about this. That we need to bring. No, Republicans, most of them, not all Republicans, trust me when I tell you, not all, but most Republicans are saying, no, we want farmers to be farmers, pay people a decent wage to do the job so they can make a living. Democrats are saying, no, we need to bring illegal immigrants in here so we can have more cheap labor so we don't have to pay the type of money that we would have to pay so they can be forced, they can do all this work. And here's the tool that they're using. Before they was using the whip. Listen what I'm saying. Before they were using the whip to keep the slaves in line. The tool that they use in line right now is the deportation tool. Meaning, if you don't do what we want you to do and go take these jobs that we want you to take and work for the money that we want you to work for, we're going to deport you back to your country. That's the tool. If it was beneficial to Trump, he'd leave him over here. He's a billionaire. He can make money off on profit-wise, not too. But no, the tool is hold it over your head. We'll protect you while you're over here, but you got to do what we got to say. That's why I keep thinking that the Democratic Party is also part of the drug trade. I mean, of the cartel, because this all makes sense to me. That's what makes sense to me. That's just my opinion. Yep. Joyce, I'm with you on that one. You guys are hitting a lot of points. Yeah, and this is what they've been trying to do, and this is why when they start talking all of that, but they do it, they virtual signal like, oh, we're trying to protect. Yeah, okay. They listen. The Democratic Party has never gotten away from wanting slavery. They just replacing the slaves with new bodies. That's it. That's why they want these people over here to build these houses for cheap. Listen, they want them over here to build and do all this stuff for cheap. They're getting almost, because it's almost like slave labor. That's why they keep pointing out. And then they said it's going to have a negative effect on the economy if you get rid of them. Yeah, okay. Yep. And they wanted to keep slavery. And my thing is just, so the Democrat Party hasn't changed their stripes. They just found a slicker way to do it. It hasn't changed what they're doing. It hasn't changed how they just changed. They can't go and use a whip and whip you into behavior. What they're using now more is like blackmail, meaning that if you come in this country, we'll force you to do the slave labor, the stuff that they're saying that Americans don't want to do, but Americans will do it. They full of crap with that one. But again, maybe not every American, but Americans will work for that money. They will. There are Americans that will do their job. You just got to find them. But this is what they want to spend. That's the way they want to keep spending it. My thing is this, real quick, right? If you're saying that Americans don't want to do these type of jobs, right? Real quick. Cool. They don't want to do these jobs. All right, so why not go round up some of the people that's on these streets and ain't got nothing to do and put them out on the farms and let them work for the same money, for money. If you care that much about America and America's homelessness, right? Why not go build a facility near these type of jobs that these people can go have a roof over their head, temporarily roof over their head, go do these type of jobs that y'all saying Americans don't want to do, but these Americans that's homeless, give them a chance to go do these type of jobs and then help them better their life and put some money in their pocket. Or something to that sort. That's a good question. I never knew that one. That's new information for me. I don't know if it's true, but it does sound like it. Yeah, I never knew that part. Wow. That's crazy. But yeah, man, this whole, and my thing is this, and that, it goes back to one of the things Outlaw and that has said in there. We winning in this country, right? Right. And you know what, Outlaw, I'm with it. And me and Jay, I mean, unfortunately, a lot of times when me and Jay and them is on this live, we jokingly say the same thing. Most of us feel the same way because honestly, if you look in any race, just about, and I'm gonna use the Dunkin' Donuts near me, right? There's some Indian, they owned by Indians, but not American Indians, but whatever. But the owner is like extremely dark skinned, but he's Indian. But there's a couple other ones that Indian, their skin is light as I don't know what. So if you want to base it on skin color, you way out of whack. Yep. And Outlaw, I have said it many times. At the Democratic Party is the party of the KKK, white liberals, because they want to keep slavery going. They just can't do it the way they used to do it, so they got slick about it. That's why they always out there protesting, kill black babies. I mean, that's saying black baby, but you know what I mean by that. That's why all the stuff that they push is the destruction of other races. But they try to make it virtually signaling like, oh, black women want to have health issues and they run high risk of dying from birth. It's really seriously. Do y'all even pay attention to what some of these hospitals do to black women and when they're in there actually having a baby? And honestly speaking, and this is for people that are younger, if you were younger on my live and whatever case may be, as a man, when your woman go in there to have your children, make sure you're there and you watch everything that's going on. Educate yourself on the birth process the right way. Because even the hospital sometimes play this game of, we're going to kill these babies for this money. They don't care. So as a black person or a white person, anybody, as a man in general, and I say this a lot more because it's easier to pull this off in black communities, because a lot of times we have a tendency to trust these hospitals and stuff that they're doing the right by the people, and in reality, they're not. They're really not. There's a whole connecting part of this that a lot of people do not know about when it comes to the hospitals and stuff like that. And it's sad to say, but y'all really, there's a lot more behind the scenes that people don't realize what's going on. And you're absolutely right. Out the law, even in the city of Philadelphia, they would actually come and get people and take them out into the suburban areas to work the fields and bring them back. What happened to that? Jay, you out of pocket, bro. So we got to stop trusting these. Like, I had a conversation with y'all got to understand something. This, I always say this for a reason, is that the stock market is one of my number one educators. And because, and this is just my perspective, and y'all don't have to agree with me. Believe me when I tell y'all, do not have to agree with me, but this is just what swirls around in this head of mine. Right? All right. So if you look at the people that own the colleges, right? Let's say you're going to school for being a doctor, right? And you go and you run up all of this college, all of this debt to become a doctor, right? Okay, you got it, you're a doctor, but you owe all this debt to the loan people that loaned you money, or rather it's the college. I'm not gonna say college, but you owe all this money in debt, right? The very same people that own your debt are the very same people that own a lot of these hospitals that's paying your paychecks. You get where I'm going with that. So if I'm part of Wall Street and I own the mortgage companies, the loan companies, and everywhere you're getting your money from, and now you're coming to work for me and I own all the hospitals and stuff, and you're indebted to me as a doctor until you get out of that debt. I get to dictate everything you do if you want to keep your job, because I pretty much own you, because I own all, you owe me all that debt, and I'm the one that's actually paying your pay. And then I'm right, and I own all your pay. So a lot of these doctors that may want to give you the best possible treatment in the world because that's what's in their heart, they can't. They're being dictated how to handle your health issues the way they tell you to, the way they're told to. So they're not really being doctors anymore. They're being told how they can handle your health. I know what I'm talking. Listen, I don't work in no hospital. I don't. But I deal with Wall Street every single day. And this is the point that I'm making, is that you as an individual make sure that you're the number, you are your number one primary care of your health. Before you start trusting anybody else, you better educate yourself on your own personal health. Right, exactly. And it needs to be. And you need to pray. And this is my point. I know this to be so. You will come. Listen, you go to the doctor and you will become a number one lab rat, especially if they see how ignorant you are to. Oh yes, doctor. Yes, doctor. And that's what you suggest, doctor. Yeah, okay. We'll do that, doctor. Anything you say, doctor. Yeah, okay. You become one of those type of patients, you will become a major lab rat. Next thing you know, every time you go, they need blood work. Oh, we need more tests. We need more blood work. We need more tests. They haven't solved not one problem. They haven't fixed not one problem. They haven't even found a solution to any one of your problems. But they just keep dragging us all out. And yet you keep going back. Every time you turn around, you keep going back. You got to understand something. These are the very same people that owns insurance companies too. A lot of them. You're not. They know how to make money. Exactly. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. And I'm not saying every hospital. I'm not saying every one. But believe me when I tell you, you will become a major lab rat. You will become a major lab rat. If you trust everything that they say out of their mouth, and it's not the doctors that I'm saying. What I'm saying is the doctors are owned by other people that are not doctors. They're telling the doctor, no, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. You're going to do what we tell you to do as a doctor. Your skills as a doctor mean little to them. They're going to tell the doctor what he's supposed to do. And they're not even doctors. They're not really forgiving, Jay. I know they tell the doctor that the loans are forgiven. They're not really forgiven. That debt never goes away. They move it. See, they're indebted to someone else now. Meaning, here's my point, Jay, that I'm making is that this is the stuff that most people don't know. They'll tell you, okay, it's not on. You're not debted to the loan, but you're debted to the person that actually killed the loan. So you still actually have the debt. But now the hospitals, the owners of the hospitals are the one that actually own you now. And until you clear that up with them, you're gonna do what they say. That's real talk. They're not. There's a whole lot going on behind the scenes with this that is major. That's why a lot of time when the doctors finally come from up under all of that, and if they're capable, that's why some of these doctors back in the day would go get their own practices because they did not want to be under the scrutiny of that no more. Yep. And believe me when I tell you, I'm on point with this one. I learned this because I just did my homework and I started connecting dots and I was just like, wow, this is some major stuff. And I'm not saying all hospitals, I'm not saying all doctors, I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. And that's why I say you have to really, really be very, very mindful of who does your treatment and listen to what they're saying. And if you got to keep taking 20,000 blood, you got to keep taking blood for this and blood for that and blood for this and blood for that. Something else is going on. Believe me when I tell you, they could have easily gave you answers. What's up, Donald? How you doing? God bless you, bro. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Yeah, I don't listen. And it's sad that we have to be this It's sad that we have to be this conscientious about our health care, but unfortunately, this is what we're dealing with. Listen, I've been in the doctor's office, right? And I guarantee you what I'm about to say has happened to probably everybody on this live if you've been in the office, if you've been to a doctor office. I've been at the doctor, not me for me personally, but I had to go visit with somebody else, right? And I watched the doctors ask some of the dumbest questions while sitting there holding supposedly a person's medical records. You're looking at someone's medical records and you're asking them questions and stuff that you should have already known what was in their medical records. Here's my point. We was at the doctor's and they asked the person, when was the last time they had a period? Right? Kid you not. They asked the person, when was the last time they had a period? Right? Meanwhile, this person, 5 years prior, had a partial hysterectomy. Had a partial. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. They asked the person when was the last time they had a period. And this person 5 years prior had a partial hysterectomy. Wait. It gets even deeper. At the same hospital. Listen, at the same hospital. At the same hospital. I know you're a mess, bro. Let me find out you out there celebrating Pride. Find out you up there in South Philly and Philadelphia. And here's the thing, at the same hospital. How you get that wrong? How do you get that wrong? And listen, I can tell you more stories, but I'm just saying that one. Same hospital. Unbelievable. I'm not even going to get into the rest of it because it gets worse. But y'all, if you fill in the blanks, y'all going to know what I'm talking about because I say it gets worse. Oh, you can't make this stuff up. That's why I say, man, be in charge. Oh, man. It's going down in the chat right now. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you top to bottom. Yeah. And it's been many a time, and I just be like, wow, and y'all going to these people. That's a no for me, bro. Can't have mine. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. He can, maybe he can take your meat. Yeah, I would never. It's unbelievable how many times I've been in doctors and offices, and I'll just be like, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Here's another one. I'll give y'all one more. My mom, my own personal mom. And I haven't even told her this, but she probably know by now. But they couldn't tell her why she had this rashes all over her body. And my mom, all of a sudden, of course, I think I'm against all my, arguing and trying to get them not to. She got that, she took that jab. And now my mother has developed rashes all over her body because of that jab. I know 100% it was because of the jab, but the doctors won't tell her the truth. Yo, yeah, man. Yeah, man, I'm good. Y'all can have that one. But the doctors won't tell her the truth. And my thing is this is that they won't tell her the truth. They won't. And I know what it was from. They're not. They're not allowed to admit it. But I just left it alone. I'm like, all right, I asked her, I said, what did the doctor say? They say they don't know where it came from. And I'm like, okay. And I left it as that. I knew exactly where it came from. I knew 100%. I had no questions about it. I just left it as that. And I'm not saying that I know everything because I don't. I'm not the smartest about anything. But one thing I will do when something bothers me, I will go do my homework. I will. If I think it's that serious, let me go do my homework and do as much. And that's going to help me decide a lot of things. But yeah, man. But so my thing is this is that, and I'm not going to sit there and tell you that I know all this medical terminology. Some things just common sense. If I'm sitting in the room and I know that somebody had part of their goods taken out, and you got their medical records in your hand, and you are the doctor at the hospital, and you should know this just as much as anybody else, and you ask the dumbest question of them: when was your last period? It's not funny, but I'm gonna leave it as that because it's so much more. It's a little more to that story, but it sucks. Jay said, "Outlaw, you a mess." He said, "I try." You're doing a good job at it too. But yeah, I don't. That's why I just say, man, make sure. Yeah. I mean, and for me, and I think that's, and I'm just gonna say this is partially why, because I'm not gonna say totally why, but this is partially why. Um, Top to bottom, hair and skincare. I appreciate what you guys are doing, and I know some people, I say I appreciate it because, in my mind, this is just how I think is that this is probably why you're so passionate about how you make your product and making sure you're not trying your best not to, make something that's going to be harmful to people as opposed to beneficial. And that's why, in my mind, and this is just I'm not saying this is just what I get out of it. And that's why I thank God that you guys created the product that you did. And I thank God that I got it because, in my opinion, just my opinion that we need more people like that. I mean, it's not. Yeah, everybody's in business to make money. I get that. You're supposed to make money in your business and what you're doing, what you're developing, and stuff like that. I'm not. This is not about doing it, but what's wrong? You can make money in something that you're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? And I see when someone put their heart and soul into something and trying to develop or create a product, and my prayer is that it doesn't get distorted by profit. That's all I can. That's my prayer and hope is that as good as I think you guys are making product and as much and as beneficial as it's been to people, and I know it's not going to help every single person in the world. I pray that it do, but for those that purchase and buy your product, I hope that it does help them in some type of way because I believe in my heart that that's what you guys, that is your guys' mission, is that you want to be able to make product that's actually working for people and helping them in their personal need across the board. So for me personally, I just, I thank y'all for taking the risk because that's a big risk of putting things on the line. And like I said, I purchased credit. I just not too long ago, a few days ago, I got my second, I don't know, second, third. I can't keep count of what I purchased at this point. I can't keep count of what I actually purchased, but I just say, kudos to y'all, man, and it's a blessing, and I know, and I'm quite sure I'm not the only one that's sitting. That's why I always reiterate it. Sometimes when we on the lives here and there, try to bring up this point because these are the type of people we need in this country, doing great things. Jay and Jay and Outlaw, man, y'all love y'all guys, man. They going, they came for the smoke today. They looking for Donald. Yeah, and I get it. I mean, I know, and I get it, but it is because you get swallowed, you get big money don't support that, and it's hard to. But this is how I think we should do it, and then this is just my thing, and is that in your local community, wherever you live or whatever case may be, try to find an individual practice, someone that's not under the large scrutiny of a hospital, and get to know that practice, and you might find out that that's probably better for you than these big hospitals that oh, he's back. Woo. What do you call it? Yeah, Donald, Donald full-fledged. Donald full-fledged, he full-fledged KKK. Yeah, I agree. Educating yourself is on prevention. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not the most healthiest person. I do exercise. I exercise a little more than I used to, but I try to take care of myself the best as I can across the board. And sometimes some things are just unavoidable. But I think changing your eating habits might help. I am a big thing about stress. I don't let anything stressful kill the heck out of you quick. That's the one thing I am a big advocate about when it comes to your health is that not letting life and the cares of life stress you out. And that's one, like, if there was one thing that I'm big on is don't let life stress you out. Because that will kill your health faster than anything could. And this is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. This is my opinion. My opinion. Is don't let stress you out to the point where it's diminishing your health. It's diminishing your ability to recover. Because a lot of time, if someone is stressed out or they got a heartbroken situation or they emotionally destroyed, it affects your health drastically, almost instantaneously. Because now you lose all your motivation, you don't want to do nothing, you feel some kind of way about everything, and you're not. It's hard for you to recover, and you just open yourself up for a whole lot more health wise. That's just my opinion. And I'm top to bottom hair and skincare. I agree. I think, and we all need to do that. And I'm not advocating for you should not go to no hospital or doctor or nothing like that. I'm just saying, what I'm saying is that you really, really need, don't just assume that they're doing the same things in your best interest. That's what I'm saying. I ain't talking about that, Jay. Yeah, Jay, I know you got checked, didn't you? I know you got checked, Jay. I heard you talk about it. Don't ask me, because you're not gonna like my answer. Yeah, I don't. I'm be honest with you. I just don't trust doctors at all. And that's just me personally. I really don't. I haven't. I rarely ran across a hospital doctor that I feel like I would even care what y'all had to say, because I've seen too much of the stuff that I don't want to see in a doctor in the hospital. And I make me wrong. I think you should get checked. Honestly, if you go to the right places and you go to certain doctors and you find one that you really kind of trust and stuff like that, I think you should be checked. I'm just not. I'm not letting no doctor make me into no lab rat. That's what I'm not. I'm not going to let nobody make me into a lab rat. That's my point. So I don't. Yeah. Like I said, I agree with. I agree. You should go get checked. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I think you should go get checked. I think you should. Be aware of what's going on and trying to have to help you with your how you're going to attack this. Let's say there is something. God forbid there is something. How you going to handle it and how you're going to attack it to know what you're dealing with. So I get that part. Yeah, I get that part. You should do it. I'm just not. Yeah, and that my whole thing is that my whole thing is that don't trust these doctors and what they say and stuff like that. Once you find out what's going on, pray and get your own contingency plan, because a lot of them is all numbers to them. They don't care about your health. They don't care about them. Donald, I pray for your mom that she's okay. I pray that God blesses her and heal her. Real talk. Um, I pray she's okay, and I pray God heal her. And praying for you and your family. Y'all the problem. You, Donald, I know you get plucked on a regular. You be right there in the back of that restaurant, bent right over the stove, letting that dude run up in you. Yeah, okay, yeah, Jay, I agree. I agree with that part. I think that's a good idea. Oh man. Yeah, exactly. We already know what's going on with Donald. Donald surrenders to the authority of his boyfriend all the time. You know what I mean? He that real feminine one to get bent. Donald that feminine one that they get, that, I mean, that big bull just got out of prison, Debo. He get Debo by that boy all the time. You like, what? Bendo! My turn. My turn. And dude, but all that bass in that voice. Homeboy would be like, you know what to do. You know what to do. Assume the position now. I ain't got time for this. Oh, wow. I'm glad you're okay, Joy. Back in the day, that big dude be like, bend over and crack a smile. Daddy's home. He be like, Daddy's home. Yep, like the bull on Friday, Big Bull was his name. He'd be like, yo. Yeah, you're right, Jay. Like the bull on Friday, big dude. Except for Donald ain't trying to. He's not trying to defend himself. He just bend over and let it happen because he invited it. He's happy to see it come, if you know what I mean. He's happy to see it come, if you know what I mean. Do you need me to dress up, Daddy, to make it more interesting? See, this is why I'm not supposed to get involved with this type of stuff. Y'all, see, y'all drag me into y'all mess. I was trying to stay out of it. And we prayerfully, it probably was the best thing that ever happened to you. Probably was. Because hey, I wouldn't have no hair scare. I wouldn't have no hair care products right now. I'm not supposed to be celebrating people who lose, being pushed out, but for those people that have purchased top to bottom hair and skincare, I mean, we it's a shame that they did what they did, but you blessed us. All right, my brother. Donald, I don't know if you're still here, but man, God bless you, man. Stay up. Outlaw, my brother. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in and spending some time with us, man. Appreciate you. God bless you. Be safe out there, man, in your endeavors. Y'all guys are a mess. Oh man. But I'm not gonna hold y'all much longer myself. I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate y'all, all of y'all, everybody coming in, spending some time with us. I don't think we got to talk about those stock market a whole lot, but that's what happens here. That's what we do. I mean, we go in, we have fun, we enjoy ourselves, and at the end of the day, I mean, we gotta have fun and laugh about it at the same time. Don't come here if you ain't got thick skin, because it's gonna happen. Say something, we going in. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But yeah. But even with that said, I'm gonna get up on out of here too. I appreciate y'all hanging in there, spending time with a brother. Oh yeah. For those that don't know, I noticed I seen it. I think Joyce's daughter, A World Away from Here, got a premiere showing up. It looked like, I think it's for later on the day at 3:00. So make sure y'all tuning in for her later on the day. I mean, and show y'all support for her. I mean, appreciate it very, very much. Outside of that, man, doesn't matter what we say, what we talk about, man. Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Get to know him. If you want to get rid of that stress, get to know him. You want to get rid of that anxiety, get to know him. I mean, you want to obtain eternal life, get to know him. Outside of that, anything we say and do is meaningless. But God bless y'all. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Make sure y'all checking out top to bottom hair and skincare store. Look at them products. Don't forget them. I mean, the candle connoisseur, my brother Jay. Also, check out those candles that they make. Wonderful, untouchable with the candle. Now, I mean, that's the Michael Jordan of the candle world. Believe me when I tell you. I mean, even the ones that I got from him, from other people, they called me back and was like, yo, the candle was great. It was off the roof. My niece had one, and she called me later on. She was like, oh my gosh, Uncle Ronnie, thank you. The candle was wonderful. Very, very, very happy. Make sure y'all supporting each other's businesses and what we're doing as an individual. Also, Dover Dogs. Check him out on his channel. But outside of that, he really needs financial support. And I'm being real. He really needs financial support for those that are on this live. And he did do he did do a GoFundMe page. Go check that out for Dover Dogs or whatever case may be. I got a few people that donated to it. You can see some of the people that already donated. I think Jay was in there. I was in there. Another family member that was in there. I haven't actually made my personal donation. I did some other stuff with him outside of that, but I did some other stuff with him outside of that. But I'm actually gonna go in and do something there too. But just please do me a favor and try to support him as much as y'all can. Donald, I know you got money, so go get it. Go donate to their GoFundMe page, man. Stop playing around. We know you got money. You got plenty of money. Help a brother out. Help that brother out. I mean, show him that you love black people too, and you support him, even though you tell him that the KKK support their slave. I'm sorry. I should have let that one go. But it is what it is. I'm joking around. But again, yeah, try to support him. Yes, Joyce. If you got a quick second before I jump out of here, if you can put up your daughter's page in there or whatever. Yeah, like I said, and again, once she does in her premiere and stuff, I will add that into the playlist that I have on my page for everybody. What's up out the pit? What's up, brother? God bless you. Welcome. I know you probably at work right now, man. Do your thing, man. God bless you. Love you, bro. I mean, good to see all the family in. Appreciate y'all supporting the channel. But if I miss anybody, please forgive me. I'm just trying to plug everybody in before we roll up out of here and go on with our lives or whatever. Appreciate y'all spending the time with a brother. Really do. But yeah, what I was saying about Dover Dogs, he's working on some stuff, man. I'm just working on some stuff after the fact or whatever. But he really needs y'all support. So not only just trying to make a donation. But if y'all can spread the word with other people that y'all may know that may be a little generous or whatever, I think his goal on the GoFundMe page is $2,600, and that's just for them to be able to there y'all go. If y'all don't know her channel, Word Away From Here, so y'all can tune into the next video that she had as far as the music goes, or whatever the case may be. For those that did not follow, for those that haven't already followed, A World Away From Here, and if you miss it, you can always go back to her channel and watch it there. I on my channel created a playlist with the music that she has, because sometimes I'll go in and I'll just set the playlist, and then that be some of the time music that I listen to. Just when I'm on my little chill time or whatever. Oh, is that 1? Okay, 1 Eastern. Okay, as I seen 3, I thought I saw 3 o'clock. I knew it was today. I thought I seen 3 o'clock, but that's okay. It's 1. It's, there y'all go right there. Please support. Please support. Now, outside of that, please support my brother's J channel, top to bottom hair and skincare. Everybody in the family, all is well. Appreciate y'all. Real talk. I mean, it's been this journey has been wonderful, man. And just so y'all know, YouTube is doing me dirty, but it is what it is. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. They I guess they have whatever it is that they're doing. I mean, they killing my it's like they taking my watch hours from me for some reason. Like, I don't know what that is. Like, I go up, and then they snatch them away, like as if nobody watches my channel. Like, it don't make sense. But it is what it is. It ain't gonna stop me. I'm gonna keep going in the direction I'm going. They can't stop it, brother. I love what I'm doing. I'm enjoying it, and we're gonna all see success together. And then we're gonna go at Jay's house and celebrating that barbecue, and I'll bring the sauce. Some sauce. I know you probably got your own type of sauce, but I'll bring some of my sauce too. But I appreciate y'all, really do, man. And for that reason, I'm going to get up out of here. Hopefully, y'all had a chance. Like I said, check out the premiere. She said at 1 Eastern. Let's see. Yeah, 1 Eastern. A World Away From Here. Please check out the channel. Check out the premiere. I love that music, man. She pulled me into music that I didn't know I liked, and I love it. And I use it on a regular now. Like, I mean, I listen to other music still, but depending on what I'm doing, I jump right in. And that's one of my Oh, that's what's up, bro. You know what, Jay? I try to do video. Like, my problem with doing video reaction for me is that you'll never get through the video. I've been to stop that video 1,000 times because I'm gonna get pissed off or agitated by something. That's the only reason why I don't really. It's hard for me to do reaction videos, because you would never get the rest of the video. That's what's up, man. But Jay, that's cool. You know, me and you send stuff to each other anyway, man. And if I find something that I think I'll keep sending it to you anyway, once in a while, stuff that you may be able to bounce off, but yeah, like it's hard for me to do reaction videos because I probably never make it to the video. So I usually watch a lot of stuff. I go read a lot of stuff. I go, study a lot of stuff, and then I come in and I just basically base it off my opinion. But Jay, we got your back, bro. When we all be there watching. Well, depending on what time. But it's all good, man. And with that said, I'm gonna get up out of here. And like I said, y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. Make sure we put in God first. And I'm out of here. Peace.